Well, with an outstanding array of younger horses coming through the ranks and certainly enhancing their reputations, leading Victorian trainer-driver Michael Stanley will be hoping it's one of his veteran performers who stands up and be counted here at Club Menangle on Saturday night. The horse in question is Rock and Roll Do. I caught up with Michael to discuss his prospects. Well, Michael, right on cue after mentioning the abundance of fine young talent coming through your ranks. So, the real deal, very strong return to racing.
Yeah, he was great, thanks Mike. Look, he was probably a run short. It was a real quick mile here for a Tuesday first up, but I thought he ran through the line really well and he pulled up having a good puff. So yeah, he'll be all better for the run.
You gained that inside run on our special memory, and at one stage it looked like you may have been able to get the cash.
Yeah, look, I thought I was a winner, but probably 100 from the line. You could sort of feel that, coming to an end, the telling signs of being first up. So, but he was brave. He kept digging to the line, and it was a good battle.
Speaking about young talent at Albion Park on Saturday night in the final event, Soho Americana goes around, and what a performance she put in the Oaks.
Yeah, no, she's a lovely filly. Been wrapped with how her year's gone so far. So, yeah, we head up there on Saturday night probably a little bit earlier than anticipated because she's rated so highly now. She'd have to race the free-for-all mares here on a Saturday night. So we don't really want to have too hard of a run before the Queensland Oaks. So the mares quality up there just fit in nicely. So she'll head up there and tune her up and hopefully have her ready for the Queensland Oaks.
Despite drawing wide, she does look the winner.
Yeah, look, she's working absolutely super. Very happy with her and she looks well graded, so you'd be disappointed if she wasn't hard to beat.
Like as I mentioned, the fact that you've got so many young, outstanding talent coming through the ranks, 2 and 3 year olds, such an important thing to have as a trainer.
Yeah, you really need the young stock coming through every year, and look, that's been our business model from the start. We have a lot of yearlings every year, and look, they don't all make it, and we have had some lean years where we didn't get the top end talent, but as you said, at the moment we've got a really strong bunch of 3-year-olds, and the 2-year-olds are very promising and progressive, so it's a way to do it. We've got another 14 or 15 yearlings coming through also, so hopefully there's a few more there that stand up for next year.
Apart from your commitments at Club Menangle today, you've been very busy starting at 6 o'clock this morning. You've got a very strong team based in this particular area.
Yeah, look, we're going to move up and base ourselves here for a while and give it a go while we've got such a strong group of horses. So, just the prize money is a bit more lucrative than down south. So, we try and benefit as much as we can for the owners and get a good return. So, yeah, we'll base ourselves here and hopefully we can acquit ourselves well.
At the other end of the scale, your tried and tested performer, Rock and Roll Do, surprisingly hasn't won a race in September 23, but he's had a lot of issues and has had a lot of racing.
Yeah, that's right. He's had a lot of issues we've had to work through. And look, I thought first up a fortnight ago he was really good. It's probably the best he's felt for quite some time. I know that we probably expect the old Rock and Roll Do would handle a field like that he ran in, but we have to be level about it. He's not the old Rock and Roll Do at the moment, and we just have to work our way through and try and get him back into some form. But it was really encouraging, and hopefully he can take another step forward here on Saturday night.
Michael, he's drawn out wide in what looks to be an intriguing contest with the likes of Terrier. Luciano fitted for a good run last week at his first run back, and 2 very intriguing Kiwi customers in Pin Seeker and Better Than Cash.
Yeah, that's right. Look, he had to draw wide because of the conditions, not gaining a start in the free-for-all, but, it probably suits him well. We can just go back and drive him with the trail and let him run through the line. So it's not all about winning with him at this stage, although we'd like to get him back into the winner's stall, but, I'm sure he'll be hitting the line and hopefully working towards that next win.
Over to race 3, number 4, Soho Spectre, just lost his way a little bit.
Yeah, look, he's probably struggled for 12 months, to be fair. He was okay through the Wagga series. I drove him terribly here last week. We just worked way too hard mid-race. But he's worked quite well since that race. So, look, I think he's another one. We'll just sort of drive him a lot more conservatively and see if we can get him to find the line again. But I'm sure if he puts his right foot forward on his track work and he gets a bit of luck, he can be right there.
Race 5, Rock and Roll does the emergency for this particular event in Gate 1. Would you like to get a start there? Because you've also got You Bet Your Tiger Pie in the race.
Yeah, look, we'll probably take Rock and Roll Do out. He doesn't have a lot of gate speed, and there's a fair bit of gate speed in that race, so he'll probably end up well back, buried on the fence, which won't be ideal for him anyway. So he'll probably come out, and we'll just go with You Bet Your Tiger Pie there.
Form's solid, but this would be a step up for grade for him.
Yeah, well, he's been racing really well, and he's a versatile little horse. He's got really great speed. So if he's another one, if he can put himself in a spot where he's not too far off him and they go hard, I'm sure he can be dangerous late. But as you said, he's up in grade. That's what happens when you win, and so it's a good problem, isn't it? But look, it's going to be a good test for him to see if he can take the next step.
Looks like the training and driving ranks have been enhanced to form an angle now in coming months with the presence of Michael Stanley. Good luck.
Yep, thanks, Mike. Cheers.